Captain's Log, September 5th, 2025. Hello, I'm Captain Vile. Good on you, we've made it to Friday. How was my week? It was not bad. The latter half of it has been rather interesting. I suppose... Here, I've already got it pulled up, so I will, before getting into this talking point, before I forget, I'll go over this week's film. That being my father's pick, Platoon. Excuse me, sorry. So I gave it 4 stars. Well, at first it was a little hard to take seriously with just how many actors I recognized in this movie. Trina Harper is fighting alongside the Green Goblin, Dr. Cox, William Bloodsworth, and Elroy Patashnik from Community. And there was just so many actors who I recognized, and I didn't see them as the characters. I saw them as the characters they're well known for portraying. But as the film went on, I took it more seriously. Anyway, so it went on to show both the horrors of war and what happens when you see the other side as simply the enemy. So it was a pretty good movie. 2 hours, so a bit long, but I suppose it did deserve those 2 hours. But, I mean, I prefer movies not being that long, but I will watch them if they're good, and I did. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't have that much to say on it, really. Or I suppose... I've had some things to say, but I always try and, limit what I say, so I didn't think that much about it, and then when I, call my father on Sunday for our weekly chat about the film, I'll have more to say then, hopefully. I didn't have that much to say on, what was it? Dog Day Afternoon. But oh well. I enjoyed it. So now, the weekly show, the aspect of my week. So, little known fact, I don't know if you guys may have noticed this, but Silksong came out after 7 years. It just, out of the blue. 2-week notice, and then you can buy it. No pre-orders, no pre-downloading. The Steam servers blew up, and they are still currently down, I believe. I've not checked. But it did take me a while to download my version. Not that long, but, I mean, more than one attempt. But I got away with it, I got it. Funny enough, having Platoon, buying it, because I waited until the game came out, or I waited until, it was available to be downloaded, and then snatched it up, and then everyone else did so. I got the last chopper out of Nom. Oh well. And I've just been playing that, or I should say streaming that. I'm not plugging it here because I never stream, and I'm only doing so now in order to play Hollow Knight Silksong and have my reaction to it be viewed, I suppose. But it's fun. It's also a good way to if I wasn't doing it for streaming or video, I'd have the whole thing right now. I would be just playing it till I went to sleep and woke up until I finished it, and I'd finish it in maybe a week. But if I limit myself, it'll last longer and it'll be cool. Which it is cool. I'm enjoying it. I said this while playing it, but the Golden God animation may be just a little delayed by the fact that this game came out. I'm still definitely planning to get it done by end of September, but it's just I'm gonna be pushing the envelope with end of September. I may want to play this game a lot. Sorry, it's very fun. Oh well. But other than that, yeah, no. I don't really enjoy streaming. I mean, it's fine. But it's harder. And there's a bit more pressure. Because especially if you go on for so long, I don't want there to be, like, dead air. I always talk. I don't always talk about it, but I mean... I've always had this interest in radio. Especially being a radio host. And that's live. That's live streaming, strictly and audio-based. But I'm doing video-based as well. So I'm kind of doing that. It's not the same, obviously. Like, I can't get behind, like, the microphone or the booth of, like, a real-life radio station. That'd be cool, though, but I think I'd be too scared to do it. I mean, that's a much larger, like, listener base than I'm used to. No, I'm content with, like, the 2 people who showed up for stream. Like, I'm used to that audience. I mean, I have a larger audience. But there is kind of, like, I'd say... So I have 1,000 subscribers. However, it is somewhat of a rarity for me to breach 100 views on a video. So there is kind of like a... You only get like a percentage. But like with radio... No, I mean, it depends on the hourly slot, of course. Like if you're the morning shift, people are going to tune the radio while they drive to work. Same with the evening. But I suppose I am used to the night owl show of having like barely any listeners. I'd be good at that. People wouldn't expect it. But there's a lot of pressure to have, like... With my usual thing, like here, I have to be, quote, on. I have to be entertaining for 20 to 25 minutes a day. And with here, I don't even have to be entertaining. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but, like, I naturally, like, tell jokes and try and be entertaining to amuse myself. Like, I will just do bits and whatnot while alone. But, like, they have to be funny when I'm recording. What of ums and ahs. But with streaming, there's no breaks, there's no editing. It's live, and I can't, like, go down to the kitchen to get something to drink to, like, quench my throat after I've been talking for 4 hours. I can and did do that because they told me you can go. Like, we're fine waiting a minute. But I don't know. Well, they wouldn't do that in TV. I mean, they have commercial breaks, and presumably the host goes backstage to have, like, a Coke or something. But not... I don't know. I guess there's no commercial break for this. It's also tiring. And there's also... you're stuck with it a little bit. When you start, there's an expectation. So, the streams I've done, the first one was 6 hours, the second one was 4 hours. Now, I ended the 4-hour one early, and I started earlier because I imagined it would go on for a while, which it did. But for like 4 hours, that's a long time. But people expect that. That's typical of, like, a live stream. Actually, we'll have some water. I can do that now. I'm not going to edit it out, though, but I can do that. It's not that different from recording a video, function-wise. I mean, I comment, I play, and whatnot. But I don't normally have people, like, giving live commentary in, like, text in, like, a little chat room beside my screen. It's so odd. I certainly don't think I'll do it more. Even if this, like, picks up. I won't. And I don't want it to. I'm doing this exclusively for Silksong, and when I finish it, I want to stop. What is the next game that I'll stream? Probably nothing. I mean, I really am only streaming because I'm currently in the middle of 2 playthroughs. I can't, like... I don't want to pause them, but... And this is kind of funny, because last show I was saying, well, I don't want to do this. But I did it anyway. I mean, hey, I've waited 7 years for it. Why not? I unfortunately don't have that much else to comment on, other than that. I know there's a long, long list in the show. Let me see if I have anything squirreled away. Did I write something down that I did? Called these log topics. Talking points. My dream from a while ago. I haven't, like, no, nothing new. My mistake, or blast. I don't know. I never deleted that. The dream explanation. I wrote it down, but it never left. Or never got rid of it to make room for something else. So no. I've not read any more of True Detective. Or watched any more of True Detective. I have read more of Gleanings. I've started that. And it's very good. I enjoy it. After reading for... How many stories in it? Let's see. I'm halfway through the book. Which is... So Gleanings is a collection of short stories set within the Ark of the Scythe world. I've done... What was the first one called? It was... The first story, the second story, third, and fourth. I think I'm on the fifth story right now. The Mortal Canvas. I could be on the sixth. I'm probably on the sixth. But anyway, I'm 45% way through the book. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. But it's definitely, if you're wanting to get into, if you want to read it, read Ark of the Scythe first. Scythe, Thunderhead, The Toll. However, as I'm reading through, and it's, like, one of them is a prequel, and two of them are prequels, one of them takes place, and a few of them take place in between events. So far, things have taken place after Scythe, and before Thunderhead. I'm still early on, so fair enough. But it is definitely a book that if you want to read the stories, read Ark of the Scythe, then read Gleanings, and then reread Ark of the Scythe. Because it'll give you a different perspective on some things. I'm not finished with it yet, obviously. But I'm planning on rereading Ark of the Scythe after doing this. And be like, oh yes, now we've seen this event. Because it's expanding on a few more things, which is quite nice. But it's definitely full of spoilers. The second story just outright spoils the ending of the first book so casually, as if they were talking about the weather. They were just like, oh yeah, it's a shame that happened. No, well. I'm not going to read it out, but it's so casual. And the second story, it's rather funny. The second story, Never Work with Animals, is co-written by someone. And it's a really funny story. It's completely absurd. This, like, you can tell it was co-written, because the events of this story would not be written by Neil Susterman. There are some funny moments in Ark of the Scythe, but I would say that this story is probably the funniest thing I have read within this universe. To the point where I want to make, years and years down the line, once I'm hopefully a successful director and I can like make a book adaptations, I want to make a trilogy of the Scythe books. But currently, right now, this would be tricky, but I want to make a short film adaptation of this story. Because as I was reading through it, I was like, this Scythe Fields, I see a little bit of myself in here. That's a little odd, but it's really funny, because he's this, like... he's quite the character that I could easily see myself portraying. Yes, of course. I would star in my own adaptation. What do you think this is? Reasonable person at the helm? No. Captain Vile's at the helm. He's gonna make it all about himself. I mean, it'd be a couple difficult things. I may have to animate it, but that's a tall order. But, I mean, I don't know if I could do the stunts. what I can, if you have to read to know what the hell I'm talking about. But there's some freak out moments where I would be able to employ some like physical comedy with his like reactions, because I just imagine pulling some crazy poses while doing a rant, which happens later in the book when he freaks out. But I think I'd be quite good for. Oh well. That's probably a bit much. My friend, actually, is making a short film at the moment, in his free time, that I am playing a role in, and might play roles later down the line, because he's got this multiverse thing, and I'm playing, like, a variant of a villain who isn't a villain. I'm playing, like, I'm playing the boring version of the character that he's written, but I'm open to play the villain he's written. But completely just alongside schoolwork, he's asked us to, like... Or he's writing this short film. And I'll do it. So maybe I could do that. It's just the sets are different, an issue. I don't know. I don't think I could do it in live action. Or I don't think I could do it... I want to, though, because I want to be able to... Because, yes, I can portray, like, the poses and expressions I want, and I can easily do the voices I want for this guy. And line deliveries. But I want to do I want to act, I guess, is to say. Because I enjoy acting. I enjoy being both behind and in front of the camera. As well as not even having anything to do with the camera. Writing is fun, too. But with this, it's just, I don't know, it's just how I imagined it. As I read the story in my head, I imagine this scene, I imagine that scene, I imagine the music at this part. Which is probably not an amazing way to read a book, because that's like, I'm not imagining a book, I'm imagining a movie. And I'm imagining making the movie. But, it's something I want to do. Maybe one day. I don't know. It's a long story. This particular short film will probably be like 20 minutes long. It was 30... Yeah, no, it was 30 pages for a short story. Which, I mean, it's not that long. But it was long compared to the others. It was the second longest I've read in the book. But I really enjoyed it. But it's... I almost want to read it out. I mean, I don't have the time to read it out, because it would take a while. But just to get, like, the... You gleaned? No, I almost gave away the huge joke of this thing. I caught myself. Just read Arc of a Scythe, and then read Gleanings, and then read Never Work with Animals. Because it's something I could imagine doing, and hope to do one day. But I don't want to spoil it, because it's something you should experience just for yourself. It's completely absurd. But I think, so far, it's my favorite. Besides maybe a Martian Minute. That's a good one. But that's not funny. Oh well. I might work on that. I might touch up a script. Oh well. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.